I'm a 28-year-old entrepreneur. Our company is doing about 480,000 a month, and this is week one of me scaling it to 1 million a month in public. You're seeing this real time while the outcome is still uncertain, and honestly, I'm a little terrified of how this could play out. My name is Logan Forsyth, and over the last 3 years, my team and I have generated over 8 billion views for our clients across more than 70 different industries. And up until now, I've mostly made videos about content marketing because that's what we sell. But the truth is, the thing that I obsess over is the game of business itself. So this is the start of a brand new YouTube series of week by week scaling to 1 million per month in public. Every week, I'm gonna share exactly what we did to grow, good and bad, the specific systems that we're building, the numbers that moved, and the decisions that we're making to get from right now 480,000 a month to 1 million per month and beyond. There's no recycled frameworks, and this is truly the real process of us working towards doubling our company within this year. This first episode is week one, and I'm gonna walk you through the core philosophy, the growth strategy, and the sales changes that we made right out of the gate in this series. In this series, I also set a simple rule for myself where I talk about what we're actually doing week by week. I share what's working and also what's not working, and I don't wait until it's figured out. So this first week has all stemmed from a 2026 planning offsite that I ran with our executive team, where we asked one question of how do we 5x what's already working in the next 6 months. For years, we've chased shiny objects, new offers, new funnels, new platforms, and that's how you stay stuck. One of the best business philosophies I've learned, and honestly life philosophies, is more, better, new. So with more, can we do more of what's already working? And if yes, we do that first. Second is better. Can we do that same thing better? Better copy, better offer, better targeting, better follow-up, better anything. If yes, then that's the second step that we take. And then there's new, where only when we genuinely can't do more or better, which is very rare, do we earn the right to try something new. New is attractive because it feels exciting, but every new thing has massive uncertainty and failure risk compared to what's already working. So week one was not about inventing some wild new strategy. It was all about identifying our best performing content and ads, doubling down on them, and then asking what breaks if we 5x this. The answer very clearly when we asked that question is operations and sales capacity, which is where we went next. So this is what leads us to the next part of sales, scaling out of founder-led sales, and hiring closers and building a team. A pattern that I've seen and personally experienced again and again is that founder-led sales, when you are the founder doing the sales call, your business can grow to somewhere between 100,000 and 200,000 per month. Then you get stuck and everything stalls because as a founder, you can only take so many calls and do so much follow-up while still running the company. And so to break past this plateau, you have to get out of founder-led sales and build a sales team. We already passed that point earlier last year. So week one is I made a concrete move where we hired another sales closer. Now to make that work and attract top sales talent, I've learned that a few things have to be in place. First is a high ticket offer and real upside. Top closers want to be able to make somewhere between 20 to 50,000 per month. What we found to work best is we pay more commission on upfront cash collected to incentivize more cash being pulled forward, and we pay a smaller recurring commission on the recurring monthly revenue of each contract they bring in. That makes our offer competitive enough to attract absolute killers in sales and not just hobbyists or people who are just getting started. You also need a big enough top of funnel when you're in the digital marketing space. If you don't have a consistent pipeline of marketing and sales qualified leads coming in, your closers are gonna churn and jump ship pretty quick if they are good. We're already generating a lot of call volume with content and ads, so the closer just multiplies that, but doesn't replace it or build it up. Another thing is you need a ruthless hiring funnel. So for closers, we post on LinkedIn, we post on Indeed, we tap into our network. There's a lot of Facebook groups and communities out there that you can tap into as well. And then every applicant that we get must submit a selfie video explaining who they are and why they're a fit. That doesn't work for all positions. A lot of positions don't require you to be great at communicating and being great at video, but a sales closer does. They need to be a good communicator and good at selling themselves, so this is a really good step for filtering out your applicant pool. Only 20 to 30% actually do it, so that alone filters out a lot of people. And then from there, we typically go from around 1,000 applicants to 5 to 10 serious candidates. Then we do a first interview, which is basic screening. And the people who pass that screening interview are booked onto a second interview. A huge tip that I found with this for bringing in good closers is on that second interview, you don't want to give them any heads up on this, but you go straight into a sales role play on your offer. Now, one is I don't expect them to know every detail about our offer. But this does show how much research that they've done on your company up until that point. And the great closers have done their research and their homework because they know their skill and they know their talent. And they're also researching and doing their due diligence to make sure that they are interviewing with a great company. Bad closers do not do their research. And it shows right here that they don't know anything about you. That is a red flag. But secondly, and arguably even more important, is it shows their skills and it shows their experience coming into this. Again, they don't know all the details and every feature and deliverable of your offers and all the price points and the payment plans, etc. But they should be able to go through a discovery process with you very effectively. And then you want them to give you a high-level pitch based on what they know about your business and offer up to that point. And then you want to go through handling common objections to see how well that they loop on those objections and go through the process. So that was the first big move from week one, is to commit to more capacity on the sales side so we're not the bottleneck when marketing ramps up. The second big thing that we did this week is work on fixing and improving our pitch. Our close rates have been good, but I kept feeling like prospects didn't fully grasp the scale of what we do and fully grasp and see the value. Like, we tell people that we post over 1,300 times per month with them of top quality. We're split testing viral hooks. All the scripts and outlines we send over are based on viral references. It's targeted to their ICP. We have loads and loads of proof and client case studies, but a portion of the people still just don't fully see or understand value. Up to this point, we've been using a slide deck where they see text on slide, but it's just not fully landing, where they hear the words, but they don't see the value. So we ran an experiment where we replaced our old text-heavy slide deck with the Miro board that actually shows real client results, and it visually breaks down our entire process and all the content and volume that we're putting out. It maps out the full content machine, and it literally illustrates what a 1,300 plus post per month content machine looks like. Overall, it's the same call flow, the same pitch flow, but just a lot more visuals for our offer. So then we A/B tested of our old deck versus the new Miro flow board with the same leads, same offer, same team. And the result was that the visual version increased our close rate by 6% so far since we've implemented it. That may not sound insane, but at volume, that's a huge number. We had the same ad spend, the same traffic, and going from 15% to 21% is about a 30% increase in total sales volume at the same price point and the same marketing spend. So the lesson I took away from this is, if you sell anything complex or intangible and you're relying on words alone, you're leaving money on the table. It's the tried and true rule of show, don't tell. Have diagrams, flows, screen shares, dashboards, real examples, even demonstrating it if possible, but anything that makes the invisible visible. Now, the third big change that we pushed during this week one was what happens before a sales call. Most people wait until late in the call to share proof, or they don't share proof at all. And by then the prospect is already guarded and skeptical. So we flipped this process. And what we've done is built out a one-page Notion proof hub that includes testimonials, case studies, before and after screenshots, screenshots of dashboards. We also added in FAQ videos of our top common questions and objections, podcast interviews I've done, keynotes I've done, and deep dives. It's just a full resource doc with a lot of proof and a lot of value. And then we also stitched together a 3-minute sizzle reel with client clips and results and testimonials. And now the moment that someone books a call, they get a link to first the Notion proof doc. And then on the day of the call, with their 4-hour text confirmation that goes out, we send a link to the sizzle reel where they see a lot of client proof before they show up to that call. And this is a cool one, that same sizzle reel runs as the Zoom waiting room video. So when they click the Zoom link and they're in the waiting room, they see a video with a lot of client proof right before they go into the sales call. This is pre-framing them much more effectively and lowering their guard and building more trust. So by the time they join the call, they've already seen social proof, they've already watched me teach, they already understand the offer, they've already gone through FAQ and objections. And from this, we saw show rates up by 5% and close rates up by another 3% on top of the Miro change. Again, these aren't like massive reinvent the company moves, but they're small structural tweaks that compound over time and make huge differences with more volume of units coming through the door. So if we zoom out, week one of scaling to 1 million per month in public has looked like this. First, I'm publicly committing to getting to 1 million per month and starting this series. Second, it's just locking in and following the more, better, new philosophy. Third, we hired another sales closer to lift the founder ceiling. We also rebuilt our pitch into a more visual experience, and we're better pre-selling prospects with a proof package before calls even start. Individually, none of these will double the business tomorrow, but together, I believe that we're building the foundation of a real growth engine and really improving your sales process. So in week 2, I'm gonna walk you through the less sexy, but probably more important side of how we're hiring at scale without lowering the bar. The training system we built so hires don't break new client accounts and make our brand look bad, and also how I'm working to protect my time as the business continues to get heavier and grow more. We're now past 100 people. And so if you wanna see that in real time, subscribe, hit the bell, and drop a comment with the single biggest bottleneck that you're facing in your own business right now. And I'll use that to come up with more tips that we talk about in this video series. With that said, I'll see you in week 2 of scaling to 1 million per month in public.